What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, just wanted to bring you this because there's something interesting going on here with the news of Justin Simmons. We're hearing reports that, he sounds like he could be on the move very soon. And from one account, it said that he might even be headed to the AFC South. But I will go ahead and break that down for you. But first, before I go into it, I just want to say this episode is presented by Prize Picks. Be sure to visit prizepicks.com today or use the app, and be sure to use the code BTJ for a $100 deposit match when you sign up. Now, guys, this is coming from Benjamin Albright earlier today. People talking about Simmons and whether things were going the way that they wanted to or not. It doesn't matter. But Benjamin Albright even brought out a tweet saying here that he's had a dozen offers, just looking for the right situation. And Benjamin Albright stated that he feels that he could end up in the AFC South this week. Now, here's the thing though. Also within this like thread of Benjamin Albright talking about Justin Simmons, also did mention that he also put a little bit of an emphasis on wanting to play for a contender. Now, taking it with a grain of salt, you obviously know that the more championship ready team right now is definitely the Houston Texans. I know a lot of Colts fans may disagree, but it is clear at the moment in time right now, the Houston Texans are the favorite in the AFC South to win and go as far to a Super Bowl if possible. But there is always different things that could happen. And we've obviously heard a lot of times people will say they want to go to the right situation. They want to win a championship, a lot of that sometimes it can be thrown out the window with the right kind of contract and the right kind of circumstance and the guarantee of a spot and a lot of other packages that come with it. So I think if he does end up in the AFC South, we are going to see him either land with the Houston Texans or with the Indianapolis Colts. Now, for obvious reasons, he's not going to Tennessee because Tennessee has overloaded their safety group already this offseason. They have signed both Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs. So they have no room to be able to bring in Justin Simmons and fit him in there. Jacksonville could potentially use Simmons, but then again, their two safeties last year had 6 interceptions between the two of them. So I look at it and say, yeah, they probably could get Justin Simmons, but at the same time, they weren't really struggling all that much with safety help. So I don't necessarily think that he would go to the Jags because I don't know how he would feel about them in particular. Now, of course, when we talk about the Houston Texans, right? Of course, as we saw last year, they destroyed the Cleveland Browns in the wild card round of the playoffs, and had to end up making it to. They had to just go and try to beat Baltimore, and they couldn't quite do that. I mean, it's just they weren't ready for it, but. I mean, that is a good Houston team over there, and they even have a spot. I mean, they do have some solid safety pieces over there, but you have a couple young guys in there that you're not 100% sure yet if what you got in them. And then on top of it, you also have Jimmy Ward, who is 33 years old. So Lord knows how much time he has left. And Simmons could very well, would most likely take Patrice's spot. But then again, he's a young player and he had an okay season last year. Obviously, from which team needs him the most, clearly it's the Indianapolis Colts, who desperately need him the most, given the amount of pressure is being put on the free safety group right now and what the Colts need. And the Colts have the most cap to be able to afford to pay Justin Simmons. But I mean, it's going to come down to it, guys. What would Justin Simmons prefer? Does he prefer? I don't know what kind of package would get brought in to convince him to come in. Clearly, Justin Simmons, as Albright said, has had a lot of offers, and I don't doubt that at all. But you got to try to find the right situation for yourself if you're that player. And what can the Colts do to convince him that they are the right situation? I really hope that Ballard is doing something about it, because if he doesn't and he loses another player to the Houston Texans, then we're really gonna things are gonna really go downhill. So I'm really hoping that I see Justin Simmons to Indianapolis. I'm really hoping I do. And according to Albright, he might end up in the AFC South sometime this week. We will keep you guys updated on that if we hear more, regardless of whether he signs here or not. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Could Simmons be coming to Indy, or is he going somewhere else? That'll do it for this one, guys. And as always,